I was lucky enough to start school here in 1956, right out of Rogue River High, 17 years old. It was a wonderful experience. It was quite small then. Even when I graduated, there were only 900 students.
SOU was then called Southern Oregon College, Southern Oregon Normal School for a while, and it was Southern Oregon College of Education, SOCE, and now Southern Oregon University.
It was known as a party school, and especially during that time when we had a lot of Korean War veterans. Having two older brothers, and both of whom served in the service in World War II, it wasn't a real shock. But to go into a campus situation and find all these guys who had been in Korea and were older, and a lot of married students, and so there were a lot of fun parties to go to. But I was always a good student. I tried to keep up my grades. So.
The dorms all competed and had dorm decorations out in front of Churchill Hall for a competition. We had bonfires before the games. We had to attend the games as freshmen and wear these awful green beanies. That was not a great memory. The people coming back as veterans did not wear those, but we were all cowed into thinking we had to wear those beanies.
Maybe for every 20 or 30 students, one person had a car at that time. There wasn't much going out or going here or to some other place for our social or recreational life.
We were lucky if you had one car. I never had my own, actually. And so we could get back and forth to Medford for jobs if we needed to. Not a lot of jobs here. It was a little tough on campus. There was no such thing as work study. We had scholarships, so our $50 scholarships covered the whole term, believe it or not. Those were the good old days for sure, because we did not have to worry about anything except books and your rent or wherever you were living.
Tuition was $45 a quarter, and look at what it is now. And of course, as part of my scholarship, it included my room, not my meals, my board. So my first year, we had a wonderful place to live. It was called the Snake Pit. And at that time, it was underneath the gymnasium, and there's still the architecture, the dome right there, but it was in the basement of the basketball gymnasium.
It was always beautiful. The campus didn't have all the trees. It wasn't as beautiful a campus at all. It was very small, and all of that had to grow. I think walking on campus now is an amazing experience. Not just the beautiful buildings, but as I said, just the trees and the atmosphere. It didn't look the same then, but we had Churchill Hall. It was always kind of the outstanding center of everything, and it's so nice to have it restored and still be the special focus of the campus.
The professors then were so professional, so distinguished. We would never think of calling even our coach by his first name, but certainly not any of the professors. It was very straight-laced.
I think my most memorable experience was meeting my husband in the ballroom dance class, my very first term. Dr. Ruth Beber was the teacher. Out of that class, we later heard there were 16 happily married couples.
Al Aikens, our head football coach, he couldn't get anybody to run the scout team fullback. And so he kept asking for somebody to do that. I stepped up, and Aikens says, "Get out of there, Bronner, you're not going to do that." I said, "Just snap the ball, coach." So I ran scout team fullback all week long. So when we play our final game and we get down to the final plays of the game, there's a substitute that comes in for me, and I get to go back and play fullback. And I played the last 5 plays of my career as a fullback. And they carried me off the field afterwards. That was a thrill.
We knew each other. Actually, we even had taken, I think, 1 or 2 classes together. We had a lot of mutual friends, although he kind of ran with a little different group than I did. My friends always used to say, "When are you going to go out with Bill Seymour? When are you going to go out with Bill Seymour?" And I used to say, "A why would I want to go out with Bill Seymour? I was student teaching in Medford, and he was actually teaching in Jacksonville. And I think it was the Sweethearts Ball, as I recall, when they used to have those things. And I think I asked him out.
I remember one Christmas day, or it was close to Christmas, that you had gotten a hold of me and you wanted to borrow a book. It was one of my previous classes. I didn't have any use for it, so I found out where you lived, and I knocked on the door, and both of your brothers were there, which was, wow, explosive. And I said, is Sue here? Come on in, it's party time. And I said, wow, I like this family. They're good people. Dick said, Bill, come on in here and have a drink with us. Well, I think I was probably 21 then.
Probably not.
Maybe not. But anyway, I liked her family, and I loved her brother. And eventually then we coached against each other. He was the football, basketball, baseball coach at Talent, and I was the football, basketball, baseball coach at Jacksonville High School. But we knew each other from campus, but it wasn't until I was teaching. But I was also very shy. I never had a date all the time that I was going to college. And she asked me, and I think that's the first date that I had.
Seymour. That's not true. We've been married for 55 years, and it's been a great, great marriage. And we have a lot of family that have graduated from Southern Oregon College. And it's been a really good bonding within our family, because we have a son who graduated from here. We have nieces and nephews. So it's been a family thing for 55 years, and it's been great.
That's the truth.
And that's the truth.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.